Sam's Club just recently announced that they're closing 63 stores across the United States. This means that thousands of hearing aid users that got their devices from Sam's Club are potentially left without a place to go for their follow-up care. So in this video, I'm talking about the 3 options that you have if your big box store just closed its doors. Coming up. Hi guys, Cliff Olson, Doctor of Audiology and founder of Applied Hearing Solutions in Anthem, Arizona. And on this channel, I cover a bunch of hearing-related information to help make you a better informed consumer. So if you're into that, consider hitting the subscribe button. When you buy a new set of hearing aids, you're buying more than just the devices. You're buying the hearing care professional that you're going to, you're buying the staff, you're buying the service that they provide for you, and you're buying the location that you got those hearing devices from. The simple fact of the matter is that we like to buy stuff online. And the more that we buy stuff online, the less need there is for retail locations. And this includes big box retailers. The problem is that when a big box retailer closes its doors or goes out of business, anyone who bought hearing devices from them has now been displaced and they have nowhere to go for their follow-up care. So what do you do when this place that you got your hearing devices from no longer services them or is no longer in existence to service them? Well, the way I see it, you got 3 options. Your first option is to travel to the next closest Sam's Club. Now this option might be easier for some of us rather than for others, and it really depends on how far you have to travel to get to that next Sam's Club location. If it's within an easy driving distance, maybe it makes sense for you to go to that next closest Sam's Club and continue on with your care there. Also, you can get your other shopping done and out of the way while you're there as well. But the potential drawbacks of doing this is that that next location is probably going to be busier since all the other Sam's Club individuals who were displaced are probably going to be going to that next closest Sam's Club location, which means it could potentially lead to longer wait times or you getting there and being out of luck with being able to see the hearing care professional in a timely manner. That being said, you also have no control of who the hearing care professional is. You don't know if they're qualified, if they're good. They may very well be, but you've never had experience with them before, so you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. Option number 2 is to find a different clinic that will actually work with your Sam's Club hearing aids. Most hearing aid clinics would be more than happy to take care of the hearing aids that you already have. All you have to do is schedule an appointment to go in. They will be able to clean and maintain those devices. They'll be able to check your ears and make sure your ears are free of any kind of earwax or any other foreign objects. And they'll also be able to check and see if those hearing aids that you already have are programmed correctly for your hearing loss prescription. One real easy way to find a good location is to go on hearingtracker.com. Hearing Tracker is a terrific resource to find a hearing center near you. Not only can you find the hearing centers that are closest to you, but you can also check to see if the provider there has reviews and, more importantly, to see if they're a verified provider. A verified provider is an individual who has proven that they follow best practices, which have been shown to dramatically improve patient satisfaction with hearing aids. Option number 3 is to consider buying new hearing aids. If your Sam's Club hearing aids are still working well, then you likely have some time to save up some money for your next set of hearing aids. You can also use this time to begin to educate yourself on the differences in hearing aid technologies, as well as learn what those key factors are that determine success with hearing aids. And chances are, if you're already watching some of my videos, then you're already ahead of the game. If you want to make sure that this same situation doesn't happen to you again in the future, you need to make sure that the next place that you get your hearing aids from does not private label them. And what I mean by private labeling is they take a familiar type of hearing aid from a well-known brand, but they rebrand it into their own brand. And when they do that, it basically makes it so you can't take that hearing aid and go to any other clinic with it. It forces you, it restricts you in having to go to that clinic. And maybe that's not so bad until that clinic goes out of business and then you can't take that hearing aid anywhere to get it serviced. It really makes no sense. So that's really important to make sure that the next place you go to does not private label their hearing aids. The other thing that you can do to protect yourself when buying the next set of hearing aids is see if you can get a clinic to unbundle the cost of the devices from the cost of the follow-up care that you receive. A lot of clinics use a bundled care model, and what this means is you pay all of this money up front, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 for a pair of hearing aids, but what you're really paying for is all of this years and years worth of aftercare that you haven't yet used, but you plan on using. Well, this is fine for some people, but if that clinic that you're going to goes out of business, then you essentially have prepaid for all of this care that you're never actually going to use. And so you're going to find yourself in probably even a worse situation than you are now if you happen to have Sam's Club hearing aids, because you would have spent thousands and thousands of dollars without actually getting that follow-up care. And so very easily, all you have to do, see if you can get that clinic to allow you to pay for the devices, very small service plan, and there you go. You don't have to worry if that clinic is going to go out of business. So there you go. Those are the 3 best options that you have right now if you have Sam's Club hearing aids and the location that you got them from is closing their doors or changing their location into an e-commerce distribution center. What I suggest is taking this opportunity to take this bad situation of Sam's Club closing their doors and using it to improve the quality of your hearing health care. Nothing will have a greater impact on how well you're hearing than the place that you go to get your hearing treatment from, regardless of the type of hearing aids that you have. Just remember that the #1 most important thing when getting fit and programmed with hearing aids is real ear measurement. Now, if you don't know what real ear measurement is, then this is definitely the first video that you have ever seen of mine, because I talk about it all the time, but it is probably the single most important thing that you could have done with a pair of hearing aids to make sure that they're actually fit and programmed appropriately to your hearing loss prescription. And so, if you haven't had a chance yet to watch that video on real ear measures, I will link it in the card up here. I will also put it in the description below. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.